Happy Thursday morning. Squeep doodly dee da, ba doodly da, eh. Squeep doodly dee da, ba doodly da, eh. Squeep doodly dee da, ba doodly da, hey. Squeep it da, ba doodly da, ba day, oh. Squeep doodly doodly da, eh. Squeep doodly doodly da, eh. Squeep doodly doodly da, hey. Squeep it da, ba doodly da, ba day, oh. All right. How are your tomato plants doing? Mine have got lots of tomatoes on them. They're not red yet, but they're growing really well. There are 15,000 kinds of tomatoes. Some are red, some are orange, some are green. Some are purple, almost blue. Some are yellow through and through. The striped ones are the coolest I have ever seen. There are 15,000 kinds of tomatoes with names like Lucky Tiger and Pineapple Pig. Some are small like the Tomberry or the little Chadwick Cherry. Some are giant. The green giants are really big. They come from the Americas, but now they're everywhere because the whole world is in love with them and cannot get enough of them. There are 15,000 kinds of tomatoes. You haven't found the perfect one for you, with a color and a flavor that you really, really savor. Keep on looking and don't stop until you do. There's the Bayou from China, the black icicle from Ukraine. The Reisenstraub from Germany has a flavor that's insane. Italy's Cour de Bouilly, the Momotaro from Japan. The Brits Tigerella is a tasty fella, delicious, man, oh man. There are 15,000 kinds of tomatoes. It's a victory for nature and mankind. Red, blue, purple, green, or white, a different taste in every bite. If we could find every last one of them, there would be a couple tons of them. Come with me as I try to taste them all and find out why the world has 15,000 kinds of tomatoes. Yes. Woo. Oh my gosh. Happy bee daycare, you guys. Nice to see you. Ambry and Shireen, Boise, Idaho. How are you guys doing? Did you get really hot too? You must have gotten really hot in Boise too, I think. Anyway, this year is the best garden I've ever had in Southern California. And I'm a gardener from the Northeast, and I'm used to lots of rain falling. And the big thing there is making sure they get enough sun, right? Well, here you get plenty of sun. Anyway, thought we'd just take a quick tour around the garden, see how things are doing. Here we go. There are my tomato plants. I put them up against the house. The house is on the west side of things, so it gets morning sun. You can see some tomatoes. I'll give you close-ups in a minute. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to just do this and get them all. We'll just go through them. Hang on. And dee-da-da-da-dee-dee-da. Okay, so there's that. Ooh, yes. Those are the I think those are the Carmelos. Hold on a second. Oh, that's the other side of the sidewalk. They went in a week later, so they're not quite so big, but they're getting there. They're a week behind. And these are the Carmelos. Carmelo tomatoes. These are hybrids. Heirlooms. This is the Bloody Butcher. Bloody Butcher tomatoes. Yeah. This is my favorite tomato on the planet. Anthony's Passionate Heart. It's a new tomato. It's not a hybrid, but it was specially bred, and it's named in honor of Anthony Bourdain. They make the best tomatoes. Oh. And the basil. This is the best basil plant I've ever had in Southern California. Look at these guys. They're going crazy. Probably because I'm watering them better. Zucchini. That one came in today. It's a little big. Yellow squash. We've had lots of yellow squash already. All right, now we're going to switch to the trees. Dun 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 dun. Oh my gosh, look, the bananas. These are from a friend who gave us a little banana pop tree, and we stuck it in the ground, and it's, ooh. And mango, mango, mango delicious, mango sweet. God made mango for us to eat. Mango such a delicious treat. Now my life's complete. Mango, mango. And the nectarines are getting ready. They're nice and colored now. They're not quite soft. They have a little bit of ripening to do, but they are close. Look at the color on that thing. And the, oops, why isn't that? There we go. The pear tree, the pears. Look at those. It's our first year getting pears on our tree. Oh, Wesley's zucchini is blooming too. Yes, good. The zucchini is so happy. And look at these apples. This is the first. We had about 5 or 6 Fuji apples last year, but look, it's covered with apples this year. You know, fruit trees, it just takes them a little while. It takes them a little while to get going. And we were counting up the trees, you know, because we're thinking about global warming and climate change. And one of the things we can do is plant trees. And we didn't even realize how many trees. We planted 11 trees in our yard. And they're all growing well. Yeah, they're all fruit trees. Yeah. So, anyway, I thought we might sing this song in honor of taking all that wonderful soil we have and making it better. So, there we go. I'm sorry, it's just garden time. There's no more exciting time in the garden than June and July and August, right? I mean, good grief. I gotta wait a minute, hold it. There we go. There's a garbage dump out my back door. Why me, why us, go figure. My mom adds to it every day, and it just keeps getting bigger. Rotten tomatoes, cherry pits, slimy overripe spinach, and the veggie soup at the back of the fridge we meant to but never quite finished. If it came from a plant, it goes in the pile. That's my mama's motto. Like coffee grinds and watermelon rinds and the skins of avocado. She says this stuff is valuable. You can't just throw it away. It makes the best black dirt in the world. Just give it some time to decay. It doesn't stink. I don't know why. The stuff going in sure does. Covered with dirt, the smell goes away. Not a whiff where the stink once was. Not a whiff where the stink once was. From time to time, I watch my mom dig out dirt from the pile, spread it around her favorite plants. She says it makes them smile. Everything grows big and green. Our garden's quite the sight. Neighbors come to ooh and ah. She must be doing something right. There's a garbage dump out my back door. I'm learning to live with it. It just absorbs all the apple cores and banana peels we give it. The truth is, it amazes me how all the stuff breaks down. When it's done, we have some of the best black dirt in town. It doesn't stink, I don't know why. The stuff going in sure does. We're covered with dirt, the smell goes away. Not a whiff where the stink once was. compost. Woo! Yay, Wesley's got a compost pile. I know that. Yeah. Let me see. Let me show you a couple pictures of my compost. So we were just sort of digging it into the ground for a long time. And then I heard about this thing. So we got one of those. I put it together. And you slide that door on the top to the right or the left. There's 2 chambers inside, and you put one in. I'll show you a picture of the inside. Here's the inside. Yeah, that's one side of it. So if you look close, you can see there's a lemon peel, and there's eggshells, and there's onion skins, and there's an avocado pit I see. Anyway, you tumble that thing around. Now, what I don't know why, maybe it's just California, and it's dry and stuff. Oh, that isn't a lemon. That's part of the yellow squash. Yeah. I don't know if it's because we're so dry here. I keep putting water in there and everything, and it breaks it down some, but it doesn't turn it into that nice black dirt stuff. So I actually take it out of there and just put it in a pile against the wall. And I water that from time to time, and I turn it over, and I found that at the bottom there's some really good black dirt. Yeah. So we're composting. Let's see what people are writing in. Leslie says beautiful bananas. Absolutely. Wesley says my zucchini is blooming too. I know Wesley has his own garden and cares for it. It's blooming, so you're going to be getting zucchinis pretty soon if you haven't already gotten. Wesley helped me plant a chestnut crab apple and a cherry tree. A chestnut crab apple. I have not heard of that before. Wesley says, yay, compost. You know what? If you have a compost pile, send me a picture. All right? redgrammar.com, redgrammar@gmail.com. Send me pictures. I'll put them up next week. Send me a picture of your compost pile. Cannot wait for an album of all your wonderful gardening songs. Your class learned Dirty Dirt Dirt this year. Yay! It was a joy to hear them sing while pulling weeds in the school garden. Yes! I'm very excited. I can't wait for you to hear the new album. We're almost done. We are almost done. And Dirty Dirt Dirt sounds amazing. Yes. Chestnut crab apples are a large eating crab and are very tasty. You mean you can eat them like an apple? Because usually crab apples, you make them into jam and stuff. Keep the vents almost all the way closed to help keep the moisture in with your dry weather. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. That's a very good idea. Yeah. Yes. You can eat them just like an apple. Chestnut crab apples. Wow. Well, I want to sing this song. This one just sort of came to me this morning to sing after thinking about how the world is just, in the northern hemisphere, is just, it's resplendent with fruit and vegetables and flowers. The trees are full of their leaves. The days are long, and the nights, you open a window and you let that breeze in. It's so beautiful. Look at that earth behind me on the wall. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful of each hour of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Yay. Let's see. Ooh, Rose says they have blueberries and raspberries ready to pick in your garden. Oh, when I was a kid, there was a neighbor who had a huge blueberry hedge. And I remember going over there one day and just gorging ourselves on fresh blueberries, big, fat, juicy ones. Oh, you're so lucky, Rose. The blueberries in Southern California, it's a little too hot and stuff. They have a kind that works, but they're little. Large crab apples have been cored and spiced, sliced and canned for almost as long as home canning has been done. Yes. Yes. Well, let's see. Oh, let's do a poem. Let's do a What Am I poem. I haven't done this one in a long time. Okay. I'm going to read this poem, see if you can figure out what I'm talking about. If you guess what it is, put it in the chat. Rose just froze 20-quart bags of cherries. Did you go somewhere and pick them? You don't have 20 quarts of cherries in your yard, do you? Yes. You're right, Larry. You're welcome, Keith. It's one of my favorites, too. Lilia says they have strawberries, too. And a bunny comes to share them. Yes. Yes, I know. We have squirrels. And I have learned that if I want to save some of them for me, I can make up a pepper spray and spray it on it. And they don't like that, so they get the ones that don't have any of the pepper spray on them. And you can just wash it off. So, anyway. Okay, here comes the poem. See if you can figure out what it is. If you figure out what it is, go ahead and put it in the chat. It's called The Snakes Are Out in Force Today. The snakes are out in force today. They like it hot. They love to lay out in the sun in full display, basking in the heat. They are of a gigantic size. Sometimes I can't believe my eyes. Their average length, I would surmise, is almost 50 feet. You'd think that we would never stray outside the house on such a day, but one brave girl went out to play among them in the sun. And when she did, they came alive. They hissed in joy, began to writhe, and spit a spray into the sky, a brand new game begun. Dashing through the spitting spray, we squeal and shout, we run and play, an afternoon spent just this way, a perfect summer makes. Each spray they spit is nice and cool, each glistening drop a shining jewel. I mean, who needs a swimming pool when we have spitting snakes? Sometimes later in the day, when it cools down, they sometimes play with Daddy in a different way, these spitting snakes of ours. They drench his car with lots of spit. Then Daddy rubs a sponge in it until it's clean. Then off they split to spit among the flowers. Lily, let me see. Anaconda? Nope. Yasmin says, my son Sirius thinks it's a water hose. Yay, you got it. And Elham says, Lilia says a hose. And Wesley guesses a sprinkler, which you could put on the end. Yes, on the end of, yes. It's a sprinkler on the end of the hose. Oh, spraying snakes. Yay. A lawn sprinkler, yes. Yes, a hose. That's it. Now let me read it one more time, thinking of them as hoses on the grass, okay? The snakes are out in force today. They like it hot. They love to lay out in the sun in full display, basking in the heat. They are of a gigantic size. Sometimes I can't believe my eyes. Their average length, I would surmise, is almost 50 feet. You'd think that we would never stray outside the house on such a day, but one brave girl went out to play among them in the sun. And when she did, they came alive. They hissed with joy. They began to writhe and spit a spray into the sky. A brand new game begun. Dashing through the spitting spray, we squeal and shout, we run and play. An afternoon spent just this way, a perfect summer makes. The spray they spit is nice and cool. Each glistening drop, a shining jewel. I mean, who needs a swimming pool when we have spitting snakes? Sometimes later in the day, when it cools down, they sometimes play with Daddy in a different way, these spitting snakes of ours. They drench his car with lots of spit. Then Daddy rubs a sponge in it until it's clean. Then off they split to spit among the flowers. Yes, hose. It's their hoses, Joan. That's right. A hose. Okay. Well, this is, for those of us in America, we're coming up on the 4th of July weekend, which is usually it's a 3-day weekend and families get together. And this time, you know, because we have vaccinations, we have a lot of vaccinations, people are actually able to get together this time. And so it's a really special time for us. And there's a song that, oh, here it is. It's under here. There's a song that was written, I haven't done this in a little while, by Woody Guthrie. And he was really writing about how this land really belongs to all of us, not just to corporations or private landholders. It belongs to everybody. And I wrote a couple of new verses to it. And there's a verse that comes from the Canadian version. But of course, I'm a citizen of the United States, and I'm very blessed to have been born here. And I'm also a citizen of the world. So there's a couple of verses for that. So let's do this one. If you know the chorus, sing it with me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me a voice came sounding. This land was made for you and me. Canada, this land is your land, this land is my land. From Buena Vista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lake waters. This land was made for you and me. I hear voices, my native brothers and sisters, the first guardians of the four directions, who long before me have been here singing. This land was made for you and me. This land is your world, this world is my world. From the Andes Mountains to the Philippine Islands, to the Great Sahara, to the Greenland glaciers. This land was made This world is your world, this world is my world. From the steppes of Asia to Tierra del Fuego, from the Rocky Mountains to the Himalayas. This world was made for you, and this world was made for you, and this world was made for you and me. Yeah. It's made for everybody. All of us. Yes. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. There's a song I want to do. Let me see. I'll do this last. Is there a song somebody wants to hear? I think I have time for one more song before I do the final song. Any kind of summer song you want to hear? I'm looking. Let me see. Yeah, thank you, Cora. Yeah. Of course, the one from Canada has been around for a while. Guacamole! Oh my gosh. You know what? I think we have many requests. We have time for one song. So because Anders asked specifically for Hooray for the World, it really fits with what we were singing today and for the beauty of the earth and everything. So let's do Hooray for the World. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. You can sing that with me, right? Oh, hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got buffalo, the world's got bees, the world's got jellyfish swimming in the seas. We got beavers and bears, bats and bugs, miniature poodles and slimy old slugs. Oh, hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got salami, the world's got cheese, maple syrup and mulberries. We got egg foo young, bagels and lox, corn on the cob and raisins in a box. So hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. Okay, this is for people. If you're any of the kinds of people I name, raise your hand. Moms and dads, uncles and aunts, brothers, sisters, grandmas and gramps, neighbors next door, kids down the street. Everywhere we go, we got new friends to meet. Oh, hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature, let me hear you sing it. Oh, hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. There it is, right there. That's our home. Yay. Okay, so let me see. I am going to do this song to end with because it's one of my favorite memories of when my boys were little. the end of the day on a summer night. And we lived, when we wrote this song, we lived in New York, an hour north of New York City. And we were surrounded by 4 acres of fields and a pond. There was a pond. And it was such a sweet way to end the day. The sun's gone down, the day is through. The sleepy-eyed family kicks off its shoes. One by one they slide to the floor, cuddle up close and snore. All in a line, all in a row, elbow to elbow, toe to toe, big ones and little ones, knee to knee, breathing soft and sweet. A silvery light fills the room, family together, bathed in the moon. A gentle breeze blows through the door, floats across the floor. All in a line, all in a row, elbow to elbow, toe to toe, big ones and little ones, knee to knee, breathing soft and sweet. The crickets are singing, they never sleep. Down on the floor you won't hear a peep. The midnight choir is minus a few. Dreamtime rendezvous. I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful 4th of July weekend if you're in the United States, and enjoy your summer evenings. Everybody down on the floor, rolling around on the rug together with that soft breeze blowing through the window. Yeah. Have a great week. Okay, you guys, nice to see you.